I think we actually might have just seen the worst call in the entire history of sport. And like, this is a shock that it is actually not DiJonai Carrington committing a flagrant foul. DiJonai Carrington got flagrantly fouled.
Dane Carrington's reputation in the WNBA continues to take hits, and the recent matchup between the Dallas Wings and Golden State Valkyries didn't do her any favors. After weeks of controversy and criticism, Carrington found herself on the receiving end of the kind of scrutiny she's often been at the center of. The moment felt like a turning point, poetic, even, for a player whose actions have drawn more headlines than highlights lately. Some are calling it karma. Others see it as a long-overdue reality check. Either way, it may go down as one of the more talked-about twists of the 2025 season.
DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, DiJonai.
While WNBA officiating has been under scrutiny all season, Dane Carrington often seemed immune, benefiting from calls that many players, especially Caitlin Clark, weren't getting. But that changed in the recent game against Golden State. For the first time, the questionable calls went against Carrington, and the shift was noticeable. In an instant, the advantage she seemed to enjoy vanished, and the momentum flipped. It was a rare moment where the inconsistency of officiating came full circle.
Janelle Salon shoots the ball. It's coming out. So, DiJonai Carrington is just shielding the ball out of bounds. She's just shielding the ball out of bounds, as you do. And Tiffany Hayes tackles her to the ground.
With under 2 minutes left and Dallas trailing by 3, Janelle Saloon fired a deep shot that clanged off the rim, triggering a scramble for the rebound. Dane Carrington sprinted toward the loose ball but made the smart, veteran decision to let it roll out of bounds, securing possession for her team. It was a heads-up play, the kind of situational awareness you expect from an experienced player. Then chaos. Tiffany Hayes, charging down the court at full speed, collided into Carrington from behind with the force of a freight train. Both players crashed to the floor. It looked like a textbook foul, reckless, high-speed contact from behind. Clear, obvious. Or at least, it should have been.
Does not look nor play like she's 35. Okay, she be bringing it to them girls each and every night. She got that, acting like that face harness, okay, like to protect her face, her eyes, her nose, whatever that is. She be look like a dominatrix to me. I be like, bro, who is that? She looks like, it's giving Scarecrow. Or like a Black Raven vibe, okay, like a hawk. Like she looks like a bird of prey. Okay, and that's how she plays. She plays like a bird of prey, while the other girls in the court are just worms to her. Okay, they are bird food because she be cooking and eating everybody.
And yet, somehow, the whistle went against Carrington. Yes. Despite having clearly pulled back from the play and standing still at the moment of contact, it was Carrington who was called for the foul. The reaction was swift and widespread. Even fans who typically root against her were left stunned, questioning how the officials could possibly reach that conclusion. It felt like a moment straight out of the Twilight Zone, another chapter in a season already defined by inconsistent officiating.
Concern for DiJonai Carrington's life and health. I'm like, did y'all not just see Tiffany Hayes just throw her body up against her and slam her to the ground? This is crazy. Literally slammed her. DiJonai Carrington got pushed into a freaking old white man's lap because of Tiffany Hayes.
Here's where the script flipped and the sense of karma settled in. Normally, when a call this questionable happens, fans rally behind the player, criticize the officiating, and demand accountability. But this time was different. This wasn't just any player, it was Dane Carrington. And instead of outrage, the response was applause. The online reaction was immediate, unfiltered, and brutally honest. For many, it didn't feel like injustice. It felt like payback. The message from fans was clear. She got what she deserved.
Was going down for a fast break layup. DiJonai winds up and smacks her across the head, and Skylar is on the ground having a hard time getting up. But this was something where people are saying, okay, DiJonai, this is happening a little bit too much for my liking. These hard fouls, these reckless plays are happening a little bit too much, and I want to show you guys one more play that was also in that game that actually injured Gabby Williams. Now, if you watch here, Gabby Williams is going up for a little mid-range jumper. DiJonai jumps to try to block her, and she comes down to where Gabby Williams doesn't have enough landing space. So she lands in her landing space, and then Gabby Williams rolls her.
The comment section wasn't filled with sympathy. It was a celebration. Fans who had watched Carrington jab Caitlin Clark in the eye, pile up questionable fouls, and play the role of agitator all season were now seeing her on the receiving end. Reactions poured in. Finally, that's karma catching up with her. Now she knows what Caitlin's been dealing with all year. It was one of those rare moments in sports where accountability didn't just arrive, it showed up with force, landing like a dunk straight onto her reputation.
That call on DiJonai when Tiffany literally flew over her, wild. And then if you saw Paige's face when it was like, I think like 55 seconds left on the clock or something like that, and the coach was like giving them the next play.
The reaction was so one-sided, it became a story in itself. Even though Carrington was clearly the victim of a bad call, the response was striking. No one seemed to care. The public had already made up its mind. That's the risk of building a reputation on questionable play and poor sportsmanship. When something unfair happens, there's no outcry, no wave of support. Carrington's image had come full circle, and in that moment, she was facing the consequences of the role she'd chosen to play.
So once again, DiJonai Ratchet as Carrington is back at it again, being the dirty player that she is, man. So now we're pulling players to the floor by their hair. But what did we tweet earlier this week, everybody? Y'all fans swear I'm such a dirty player. I'm so over this narrative. But I just play hard as and I just make a play on the ball, and I'm tired of people calling me a dirty.
It might be generous to call it one of the worst foul calls of the year. Carrington did everything right, stepped back from the play, stayed grounded, and avoided contact. Hayes, charging in at full speed, collided with her from behind. Still, the foul went on Carrington. Even some Valkyries fans were surprised. Dallas fans were understandably upset. That call cost the Wings a crucial possession late in a close game. Golden State took advantage and stretched the lead, eventually winning by 10. But the real story wasn't the final score. It was a call that made no sense.
It's Dallas ball. But do you know what another referee called? So one says it's Dallas ball. Another referee, as you can see right here. Salon miss. Valkyrie's rebound. Apparently Tiffany Hayes got the rebound. And DiJonai fouled Tiffany Hayes. Apparently, Tiffany Hayes got the rebound and got fouled by jumping on DiJonai.
What made the moment especially ironic was that it involved DJ Carrington, a player who, all season long, seemed to avoid accountability. She famously poked Caitlin Clark in the eye on national television and walked away without even a technical. Flagrant fouls were downgraded. On-court altercations came and went without serious consequences. Time and again, she stayed on the court while others took the hits. But this time, the roles were reversed. After months of dishing it out, Carrington finally had to take some back, and it happened on one of the most pivotal plays of the night.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need...
The timing made it even more significant. This wasn't just another game. Dallas is fighting for a playoff spot, and every win matters. The missed call on Carrington came at a key moment, shifting momentum to Golden State, who went on to close out the game. For once, Carrington's reputation may have worked against her. After a season of playing on the edge, throwing elbows, taunting opponents, and avoiding consequences, The officials didn't give her the benefit of the doubt. They made the call, and her team paid the price. The same officiating that's frustrated players like Caitlin Clark all year finally turned on someone who had long seemed untouched by it.
Look! Pulling players to the floor by their hair is not making plays on the ball. This is not basketball. WNBA. When is she gonna get fined, suspended, or kicked out of the league for this reckless behavior? This is the 4th incident. The Lynx incident. Taking out Ariel Atkins, taking out Skylar Diggins, and now the LA Sparks. When is it gonna stop, man? When is accountability gonna be taken for her being the dirty player and ratchet that
he ends up getting Shepard in the face, the nose? I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block, watch her pull back right here. And that's the part that I don't know if you separate that. Do you separate